They call him the Cowboy of God, but behind that holy nickname was a deep secret that almost broke him. Adriano Moraes was haunted not by the fear of a horn to the chest or the 21 bones he would eventually break, but by something heavier. And somehow, that secret didn't break him. Instead, it lit a fire. That fire drove him to a level of dominance that bull riding had never seen. In one season, he earned over $1 million, 3 times more than anyone else, and became the first man to win 3 world titles. He came back from surgeries that would have ended anyone else's career, and in a sport where the average ride lasts under 3 seconds, he made the impossible look easy. So now, everyone's asking, how did he do it? Adriano Moraes was born on April 20th, 1907, in Quintana, Sao Paulo, Brazil. He grew up on the ranch his father managed in Paulista, where his life revolved around cows, horses, and the value of a hard day's work. His dream back then was simple. He wanted to be a ranch manager, just like his dad. But life had other plans. Bull riding was a complete accident. It just happened, he said. Around 15 years old, he climbed into the chute for the first time. It was a decent-sized bull, and even though he got bucked off, he hung on for 7 seconds, just 1 heartbeat away from the 8-second whistle. In those few seconds, something clicked. He felt the balance and a passion he never saw coming. From that moment, he was hooked. By 17, Adriano was entering pro rodeos. By his 3rd event, he took 2nd place. It didn't just feel like a sign. He was fully assured bull riding was his path. He dropped out of school to chase bull riding full time. Fast forward to 1991, in a moment that would change Adriano's life forever. The legendary American world champ, Charlie Sampson, was in Sao Paulo hosting a riding clinic. He watched about 20 of Brazil's best riders, all using the classic Brazilian style. Upright, chest out, and their free hand pulled back. It worked fine for Brazilian bulls, which had more hop and less spin. But Sampson knew that style would get a rider wrecked in the States. American bulls were a different beast. They were ranked with a nasty spin, belly roll, dive, back kicks, hop, and they would do anything short of killing you to get you off, and sometimes even that. He tried to teach the American technique: lean forward, stay square, and hunch over the bull's shoulders. Most of the riders struggled and hit the dirt. Then it was Adriano's turn. Sampson's interpreter leaned in and whispered, "This is the guy I was talking about." Adriano was cool, calm in the chute. He took his rap, set his rope, and gave the nod. The gate flew open. 1 second, 2, 3. He wasn't just hanging on. He was in total control. His body, a perfect mirror of the technique Sampson had just taught. He was locked in, riding in rhythm with every move the bull made. 6 seconds, 7. The buzzer screams at 8. Sampson was blown away and later said, he was a natural. What I like to say is, he was already a good bull rider. I saw where he was going to be a great bull rider. But what happened next is the real tale. 3 days later, Sampson saw a crowd around the bullpens. In the middle of it is Adriano, teaching the exact same guys he was about to compete against how to do what he'd just learned. No secrets, no ego. That right there, that's the mark of a true champion and a leader. After conquering Brazil and bagging the national titles in 92 and 93, the United States became Adriano's new target. In 1994, he made the jump, hitting the PRCA circuit and signing up with a brand new rider-owned organization, the PBR. In his very first year, this cowboy from Brazil did the impossible. He won the average at the legendary Calgary Stampede. He won the average at the National Finals Rodeo. And to top it all off, he became the PBR's very first world champion. His rookie season is the stuff of legend. He became only the 3rd man in history to go 10 for 10 at the NFR. It was a mic drop performance, a statement to the entire sport that a true cowboy had arrived. A few years down the road, at the PBR World Finals in 2004 and 2005, he was competing alongside his 2 younger brothers, Andre and Alan, 3 brothers at the World Championships. You love to see it. And it was clear that being a top hand just ran in the Moraes DNA. Adriano had a unique way of looking at the world. Moraes is of Portuguese, Italian, and African ancestry. He once said, "Most of us are a big mixture of races. We have in us the best of every single breed." That mindset of drawing strength from all sides is exactly what he brought to the arena. However, you don't get to the top of the bull riding world without paying a price, and that price is paid in pain. The sport is brutal, and the bull always gets its due. Adriano's medical chart reads like a horror novel. He mentioned that he has broken at least 21 bones, not to mention the torn muscles and ligaments. "We get on the bull the following day, or we have no salary," he said. "If you don't compete, you don't get paid. That's why we say it's the toughest sport on dirt." He went toe-to-toe toe with the toughest bulls on the planet. When asked about the rankest bulls he ever faced, he didn't hesitate to mention Big Bucks, the 2-time PBR Bull of the Year. He described him saying, "What makes him so tough is he's so strong and he kicks upside down. He's vertical and he spins very fast either way. He's the whole package." In 1997, he was on a warpath to his second PBR title, but a serious leg break put him on the shelf. He had to watch from the sidelines as another Cowboy took the buckle. It was a hard blow since an injury had already kept him out in '95. Most riders would have quit, but what kept him going was the strength he always got from home. Every top hand has a rock-solid partner. For Adriano, that was his wife, Flavia. She was his anchor through every injury, every slump, every victory. Her support was so vital that in 2013, she was given the Sharon Shoulders Award, a special honor for a PBR wife who goes above and beyond for her husband and the sport. With that incredible support system, Adriano found his way back, and in 2001, he reached the top again and outlasted everyone to become the first man in PBR history to win a second world championship. He had silenced the doubters, but the craziest part of his story was still to come. Aside being a true cowboy, Adriano was a devout Catholic and is popularly called the Cowboy of God. While other guys might be blasting hype music to get in the zone, Adriano was finding his quiet center through prayer. He was deeply involved in a missionary community called Kinkau Nova, which means new song. His faith was so non-negotiable that he sat out half of the 1998 PBR season for a mission trip to Brazil. And the wild part, he still finished 14th in the world standings that year. That's just a straight-up flex of his talent. He credits his wife, Flavia, for his spiritual awakening. "She was the one who evangelized me," he said. "That faith became his armor against the one thing that truly got under his skin." He explained, "Before, I'm scared. Scared not of dying, but scared of getting hurt, especially scared of defeat. That's what scares me the most." He leaned on his relationship with God to make me strong. He's my source of strength and balance. He even saw the bulls differently. When folks outside rodeo asked about animal cruelty, he told them to come see how well the bulls are cared for. As a Christian, he explained his belief that the creatures are created to serve man. Then came the 2006 PBR World Finals. Adriano wasn't just chasing his third world title. He was battling back spasms that made every move feel like fire. By the last day, he sat in 4th place. The odds were stacked against him, but champions don't fold under pressure. On his final 2 bulls, Adriano put on a show. He rode through the pain, and when the dust settled, Adriano placed his name in the history books. Adriano Moraes became the first bull rider to ever win 3 PBR World Championships. He won the title and the $1 million bonus, pushing his earnings that year to a mind-boggling $1.36 million. It was the ultimate payoff. Winning 3 world titles makes you a legend, but Adriano's impact, his legacy, is so much bigger than the buckles and the cash. Before he came along, he said, "Nobody knew that South America had rodeos and bull riding." His success created the Brazilian pipeline, a path for dozens of other incredible riders to chase their dreams in America. He was the first rider in PBR history to win 3 world titles, a mark later matched by Silvano Alves, with young stars like Jose Vitor Leme joining the elite club of the million-time world champs. And when people talk about the greatest of all time, Adriano Moraes is always in the mix. Not just for the buckles, but because he changed the face of the sport. The PBR honored him with a life-size bronze statue, a permanent reminder of the man who redefined what it meant to be a bull rider. In 2008, Adriano announced it would be his last season. He made it all the way to his 14th PBR World Finals. His final ride came out of a bull named Grey Dog. He got bucked off. No fairy tale ending, no 90-pointer into the sunset. But it didn't matter. The crowd rose to their feet, giving him a standing ovation. It was the end of an era, and everyone in that arena knew they were saying goodbye to a legend. When he retired, he moved back to Brazil with his family, where he opened a bull riding school, passing on his knowledge to the next generation. In 2023, the legendary Adriano Moraes became the director of Brazil operations for the Austin Gamblers in the PBR Team Series. And no surprise, he started stacking up wins immediately. Under his leadership, the Gamblers became a powerhouse. They were the regular season champs in 2023 and went all the way to the final round. Then, in 2024, they sealed the deal, winning the PBR Team Series Championship. The legend just knows how to win, whether he's on the bull or behind the chutes. The honors, of course, are endless. The PBR Ring of Honor, the Texas Cowboy Hall of Fame, and the Bull Riding Hall of Fame. In 2023, when the PBR ranked the top 30 riders in history, Adriano was ranked number 4. From a ranch kid who wanted to be like his dad. To a global icon who changed the face of professional bull riding, Adriano Moraes was more than just a 3-time champion. He was a pioneer, a mentor, a lover of God, and a true testament to the power of passion and perseverance. He faced down fear, injury, and the toughest bulls on the planet to build a legacy that will never be forgotten. So what do you guys think? Is Adriano Moraes the greatest bull rider of all time? Or does someone else hold that title for you? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And folks, if you love videos about rodeo legends, make sure you click on the subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you don't miss the next video.